Think about a name that once ruled boxing with fear. A name that didn't just win fights. It ended careers. Now imagine that same name back in the gym, over 60 years old. Mike Tyson. This is not a motivational poster. This is not nostalgia. This is real training footage. Speed bag snapping, pads cracking, breathing heavy, eyes locked. And the question everyone is asking is, am I preparing for a real boxing comeback in 2026? In this video, you'll watch unseen training clips and understand why the boxing world is shocked again. Why Mike Tyson still matters. People love to say he's too old. It's just for the camera. This is only social media hype. But Mike Tyson has never been about hype. From the moment he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, Tyson changed boxing forever. Not because he was big, not because he was tall, but because he was fast, explosive, and violent with purpose. That same DNA is visible in this training. When Tyson moves his head on the pads, it's not slow. When he throws combinations, they're not wide. Every punch is compact. Every movement is intentional. Age may slow the body, but experience sharpens the mind. Speed bag, the shocking detail. Let's talk about the speed bag. Most fighters use it to warm up. Mike Tyson uses it to test rhythm, timing, and breathing. Watch closely. His hands don't panic. They don't slap. They snap. At 60+ years old, maintaining this rhythm is not normal. It shows coordination. It shows muscle memory built over decades. This is not a retired athlete playing around. This is a fighter maintaining neurological sharpness. And that's dangerous. Pads. Power never ages. Power is the last thing to leave a fighter. On the pads, Tyson's punches still have intent. Not just force, bad intentions. Each hook turns the hips. Each uppercut rises from the floor. That's old school boxing. That's because the motto system. You don't need youth when your mechanics are perfect. This is why trainers watching this footage aren't laughing. They're quiet, unseen sparring energy. Now comes the most controversial part. Sparring. We're not talking about full wars. We're talking about controlled rounds. But even in control, Tyson's presence dominates the space. The way he steps in. The way partners hesitate. The way distance disappears. This is psychological pressure. And pressure is timeless. Comeback rumors for 2026. Rumors don't start for no reason. Mike Tyson doesn't train like this for fun. Not at this intensity. Not with this consistency. A 2026 comeback? Exhibition or real? One thing is clear. He's not training like a retired man. Cliffhanger. This is only part one. You've seen the speed. You've seen the power. You've seen the mindset. But part two? That's where we talk about how this version of Tyson matches up to Jake Paul comparisons and why many fighters are suddenly very quiet. Stay tuned. Iron Mike isn't done yet. Continuation hook. If part one made you question everything you thought about age and boxing, then part two is going to make you uncomfortable. Because now we are not just talking about training. We are talking about reality. What does this version of Mike Tyson actually mean for today's boxing world? Is this just discipline and fitness? Or is this something much more dangerous? Let's go deeper. The most dangerous thing Tyson still has. Speed fades. Stamina fades. Reflexes slow. But there is one thing that never leaves a fighter like Mike Tyson. Intent. Watch his eyes in the gym. They are not relaxed. They are not smiling. They are locked in. Tyson doesn't throw punches to look good. He throws punches to end exchanges. That mindset doesn't age. Many fighters retire physically. Very few retire mentally. Mike Tyson never did. Why today's fighters train differently? Modern boxing looks clean. It looks technical. It looks safe. High guards. Long jabs. Distance management. Mike Tyson's style was the opposite. Close range. Head movement. Explosive entries. That style is rare today. And rarity creates problems. Fighters train for what they see. They don't train for what they don't understand. That's why old styles become new dangers. The Jake Paul question. We can't avoid it. Jake Paul. You can like him or hate him. But one thing is true. He changed modern boxing business. Bigger audience, bigger money, bigger spotlight. But boxing is not just business. And this is where things get serious. Jake Paul has power. Jake Paul has size. Jake Paul has confidence. But he has never shared a ring with someone who carries Mike Tyson's pressure. Not fame pressure. Not social media pressure. Real fight pressure. Why people say this is dangerous. Trainers watching this footage aren't excited. They're concerned. Because they understand something fans don't. You don't need 12 rounds. You don't need youth. You need one mistake. Tyson built his career on capitalizing on mistakes. One slip, one lazy jab, one wrong angle, and the fight changes. That's why exhibitions with legends are never simple. Sparring, what the camera doesn't show. Most sparring clips don't show damage. They show movement. They show control. But what they don't show is respect. Watch the partners, the hesitation, the distance. That's not because of age. That's because of reputation. Mike Tyson's name still controls space. Physical limits versus fight IQ. Yes, there are limits. Tyson is not 25. Recovery is slower. Rounds are managed. But fight IQ fills gaps. Knowing when to explode. Knowing when to step back. Knowing when to wait. Young fighters rely on output. Veterans rely on timing. And timing beats speed. Why the boxing world is quiet. Notice something strange? Very few active fighters comment on this. No jokes. No challenges. Just silence. Because even if it's an exhibition, no one wants to be the highlight. Legacy versus entertainment. This isn't about belts. This isn't about rankings. This is about legacy. Mike Tyson doesn't train to stay relevant. He trains because fighting is who he is. That's why this feels different. The question that matters. So here's the real question. Not whether Mike Tyson can fight, but whether anyone today truly understands what they would be facing. This is not nostalgia. This is not fantasy. This is a reminder. Iron Mike never left. He just waited. If you watch part 1 and part 2 till the end, you already know. Comment below. Backhand index pointing right prime Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Who wins and why? Subscribe for more real boxing breakdowns. This is Legacy Fight.